Hey, what is up, everyone? It is me, Nolan, from Science HD Podcast, the live podcast on Twitch weekly. And this is the YouTube channel Rose and I are going to start for this. This is it. I have a few updates and disclaimers before we jump into the video. You made it. Thank you for clicking. But I thought I'll let you know some important details before we start watching this beautiful masterpiece. So, we are not professionals. I know this outfit may be deceiving with my official paper emblem, but we are curious students, so sometimes we're wrong. So I challenge you to do your own research on everything we talk about, plus more, and suggest anything. Tell us if we're wrong. You know, we make mistakes. That's what we do. But not saying everything we say is false or false at all, but you get what I mean. Next, these videos are going to be raw, uncut, straight from the stream. Raw, uncut. And so with that, there might be some Twitch things that happen. So if you know what that means, it might mean someone follows and it pops up, or I'm reading the chat. That's a good one. I'm reading the chat, and stuff like that might happen. So just bear with us. It's still good. It's still great content. Lastly, for any suggestions, questions, or private interjections, and you don't want to use the comment section. Ooh, damn, that all rhyme. Please email us. We have an email. That's crazy. We have an email. ScienceHD-Podcast@gmail.com. It's great. It's a great email. ScienceHDPodcast@gmail.com. I'll say it one more last time, because you kind of need that repetition. ScienceHDPodcast@gmail.com. I think that sums it up. Exclamation point. Enjoy the show. Okay. Welcome. Greetings, welcome. It's Science HD again, and I'm at this table because I have an experiment later on, and I also like talking with my hands on a table because it's much less awkward than my hands on just my chair like this. I don't know why. That's just like that. But anyways, welcome back to Science HD. My name's Nolan, and this is
Rose. Again.
Yep. We're both students that like science. Nothing more, nothing less. But yeah, that's about as far as our education goes right now in college students, right? Yep. Anyways, so today we have some good topics. I put the slideshow on the corner, bottom left corner. That's what we'll be showing our images. And I know the lighting's still weird, but thank you for the compliments in the chat. Welcome my favorite Frenchie, Asparagus, and then Asher, and I think I saw Mew in there. Thanks for bumping in the chat. Get us kick started. And a couple shout outs of things before I get going is we have a YouTube channel. Just do, if you're in Twitch and you want to get to that, exclamation point YouTube, and we're gonna put our past broadcasts in this channel. Now, last week's might not be in there because, I don't know, I haven't been motivated to put that one in there because that was probably our worst week. My head was all over the place.
That one was rough. Well, then I was late, too.
Yeah, Rose was late, which is fine, but, I don't know why. Just things, it was that was probably, the worst day to be late. It just so happens. It wasn't because of you or anything. It was just wow.
Well, then I had all the technical difficulties here because, I live in the woods, so
yeah.
Wi-Fi is bad.
The forest Wi-Fi is fine because the trade-off is you live in a forest and I don't, and it's much more beautiful there. So, but anyways, I think that might do it. Tomorrow is another talk show I do that's not on this channel, but is equally as good. Asparagus is in the chat. Click his name and you'll go to it. It's called Republic Rants. We talk about Marvel, Star Wars, just nerdy stuff, and we debate. We play games, like game show games, not like video games. But it's not tomorrow. It is on Wednesdays, but it's not tomorrow. It's on Thursday, thanks to me. And sorry, I'm totally in autopilot. And so that's Republic Rants. Great show. Asparagus does great things. He also has his own show called Pot Pie Pal Show. Not debates anymore. Show. Open discussion. Maybe possibly debates. We'll see what he has in store, but those are always good discussions. Lots of people show up for that. So he's cool. Shout him out because he shouted me out all day today. Appreciate you. And if you're coming in from his chat, what up? More power to you. for checking it out and listening to the man. Anyways, let's get started. Let me get to using my clicker here. We have a beautiful first segment, and this was news from past week, and I thought it was interesting because at first I saw I don't go on Facebook much, and I saw this on Facebook when I first saw it, which is a terrible thing to do, but then I had to fact check it myself, and I looked at so many different sources, and I clicked the most credible one to take this information from. So I think I put the source in here. Sharkcano. It's like Sharknado.
I was gonna say this reminds me of like the movies.
Yeah.
Really bad movies.
Did you watch the movies?
I watched, I think, one or two of them, and it was just kind of cringy the entire time.
Yeah. I never watched them because I told you this earlier today, but no one else knows this. I have a hard time watching action movies. Like general action movies. If it's like Marvel, then and you consider that an action movie, I'll watch it. That's great stuff right there. But just like action movies in general are just a little weird for me.
Is your line superheroes then? Because like superheroes are for some reason more realistic in your head than like just your typical.
Wait, what?
I don't know. Like why superheroes are okay.
Yeah, they're different. They are different to me.
Superheroes?
But like Tom Cruise is not a superhero, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I have no hate or resentment towards Tom Cruise. But we'll talk about him later. Oh my God. That's a hint for what's later. But action movies like Sharknado, Sharknado is actually probably the perfect example of it does not resemble any sort of likeness to me. Like I do not want to like it at all. It does not look fun. It looks cheesy, stupid, and she's quiet. Thank you for telling me. Some people don't tell me that stuff. I can turn her up to 1. Oh, you're at 100. Now you're at 155. So, anyways, Sharkcano is not fictional, like Sharknado, and it's actually discovered by NASA. Well, not kinda. So I think people knew that sharks lived within this crater, this submerged crater. It's an underwater volcano, first of all. So don't imagine sharks, because how this was, I'm jumping all over the place, but let me start here. How this was advertised on Facebook was, oh great, we have this terrible event, and now we have volcanic sharks. Sharkcano. Okay. And that makes it sound like these sharks have the supernatural capability of swimming through lava or some shit.
A living volcano or something.
Yeah, or like being born in a volcano of lava.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Pretty hardcore. That is.
So that's not the case. The case is these guys. There's 2 different types of species of shark that live here. One of them's a hammerhead. I don't know the names of them specifically because all the news articles don't specifically go into that, which needs to change. I like specifics of science stuff because it would be cool to know which type of sharks. I probably could have found it if I dug a little bit deeper, but it's hard because it's like new news. So you gotta really get past the media.
What is it?
So yeah, I'm getting into that. So what it actually is there is an underwater volcano. It's called Kavachi, Kavachi, Kavachi volcano. And it's underwater because there are underwater volcanoes, and that's a picture of it erupting. Like that's what it looks like. That's just
right.
That's what you get. That's taking a picture from a NASA satellite by NASA. So that's where NASA plays into this. That's cool. Go NASA. And I should know where this is off of the coast of, but I forgot off the top of my head because there's a lot of information to take in here this episode. But they are living in a submerged crater, so they're not like in the lava. They're just in hotter temperature / more chemical water than a typical ocean water. So they do live in a different environment. It is hotter. It is chemicals.
I feel like, well, like I feel like most times you hear like sharks can't live in those kind of environments, you know. So
Or
pretty impressive. Like,
anything. But the horrifying love child of Shark Boy and Lava Girl, Asher says.
that was a good one. Oh, it's Asher.
Yeah, questionable kelp equals Asher. Sorry, I doxed you, Asher.
That's a very suitable name for the section.
But yeah, so Sharkcano is real. Don't fear. They're not mutant sharks that are coming to kill you. They are simply just animals adapting to their environment. That was a hard word, wasn't it? So yeah, it's cool. There's probably fish, because if you think about it, what do sharks eat? Fish. Why would they live in an environment in which it's harder to survive if there were no food? I don't know. So there's probably fish that survive in those conditions as well. My last point about this Sharknado biz, I think I have another slide. It has nothing to do with what I'm saying. It's just another picture. Is there are things in this world that can survive under extreme conditions. They're called extremophiles, and they're microbes. So there's certain microbes that are part of the archaea domain, and they can survive in geysers, burning hot geysers. I don't know what purpose they serve, but just take this. If you take one thing, just take this. You think sharks surviving in some little bit hotter water on a volcano is some tough shit. Well, I don't know how hot geysers get, but I know it gets really hot all the time. Some organisms on this planet can thrive and live in those conditions, and they're microbes. I'm not saying a chipmunk's doing it. They're microbes. It's a part of the archaea domain, and they're called extremophiles. Go look that one up tonight. Extremophiles. And so yeah, it's a cool thing. But yeah, Sharkcano, don't fret, my friends. Sharkcano's real, but it's not Hollywood real. So, ta-da! Clap, 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 clap.
I got distracted by the Anakin Skywalker reference in our chat. That's funny.
Oh, you do have chat pulled up?
Yeah, so I had to pause the video in order for it to keep working.
Actually, Anakin Skywalker could survive in a volcano, because he did. So, the only way he died wasn't to a volcano, was it?
I guess.
Boom.
I mean, that could have easily killed him, but he was saved.
Yeah, but he didn't die, so I can't say that Anakin Sharkwalker died to the volcano. But he probably could have died, yeah. But anyways, we have our next segment from Rose, the wonderful Miss Rose. But I came up with the title because she just hands the titles to me because I like them to be at like on a certain level of stupidity, and she just can't get that low. So here's the next segment, Not Bottom Firearm, which is a synonym for Top Gun. So anyway.
Yeah, so I will be talking about Top Gun. So I actually just went and watched this movie last night with my dad. He was gonna go watch it by himself, and I was like, "You're not going by yourself." So I got ready and left and watched it with him. I did not watch the first Top Gun, so he was like giving me like the whole like
spiel
rundown before we went into the theater. I'm gonna try not to spoil any parts of the movie for you because I don't know if someone wants to watch it. you know?
Wait. What's your like non-spoiler review? Like what do you rate this movie?
Like a solid 9 out of 10 because there's a lot of like physics in it and just like cool applications of like real world stuff. So that was kind of neat.
And Tom Cruise.
That's kind of neat too because like, and Tom Cruise, he is pretty cool. He's 59 years old in this movie. That man does not look 59.
Yeah, no, he's looked 40 his whole life to me.
Yeah, like it's the Scientology or something.
Yeah,
something going
it's
on.
the Scientology. They give you some lotion or something that cleanses.
You're right. That's what the monthly subscription's paying for.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
to, it's like
all that money you spend is worth it. Will Smith is the same way. There's the reason why he's not in jail right now. But anyways, what do you have to say about Top Gun or not bottom firearm?
Oh my god. So I thought it was really cool in the theater because there was this like aviation group that was there watching it, and the leader of the aviation group, I actually flew a plane with him back when I was like 17. Flew a plane in my physics class. We went, and it was like this fun thing. It was all for free, brought to my little tiny school. It was really cool. But I saw him there, so that was really neat because he was bringing all the little future pilots in there to watch the movie, and it's cool too because that is what the movie about, you know, flying planes.
Right.
Okay. But going on to the part that my dad and I were in the theater, and they kept, right in the beginning of the movie, they keep talking about Mach 10. And so, what the heck is Mach? What is Mach 10? What is Mach 1, 2, 3, 9? So, in the beginning of the movie, it's like, they want to see Mach 10, I'll give a Mach 10, you know? And they bust out this really cool airplane, okay? Or jet, if you want to get all specific.
Mm-hmm.
So, so they break out the jet, and Tom Cruise hops in it, and then he's getting faster and faster, and slowly he approaches Mach 10. So
is it like Back to the Future?
No. So I can't tell what slide you're on. Are you on the Mach number one?
Oh yeah, now I can't be because you introduced the word Mach. Ratio equals object over speed of sound.
Okay, yeah, so Mach is the name of, it's named after a scientist, Ernst Mach. I think he's actually Australian, I'm pretty sure. He was a physicist, and he took part in, what's it called? Sonic sound waves or something. So Mach number was named after him, out of respect for him. So
nice.
What a Mach number is, as like the picture says, it's the ratio of an object's speed to the speed of sound, and it's relative to the medium it's traveling in, because sound travels at different speeds in like the medium you're in. So air versus water, or whatever, or space, like it doesn't travel in space. No. So Mach number in this movie, when you hear them say Mach 10 is 10 times the speed of sound.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's almost like
Mach 1.
It's almost like scientific notation.
Yeah, you kind of, in a way. That's the whole thing about it, sure. So it got me thinking too. Like when I was researching this, I was like, has anything reached Mach 10? Like, is that even possible?
Yeah, because I see this big, whatever ship that is.
Under the hypersonic.
Yeah, hypersonic only goes to 5.
No, it's 5 and above.
Oh.
I think.
Greater than 5. It's greater than 5. Yeah. But if they're saying the word 5, that means I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't go much higher than 5.
Yeah, well, NASA has a rocket or a scramjet. NASA's X-43A scramjet holds the world record for Mach speed at 9.6. 9.6 times the speed of sound.
That just made me cough.
Yeah. Yeah, so it originally set the record in like, I think March of 2004 at, I want to say it was like 5.6 Mach, Mach number, Mach speed, whatever you want to call it. And then in 2004 in November, so it set the record and then it rebroke its own record in November 16th, 2004.
You see what Asher said in chat?
I can't see half of it because there's this little bubble that keeps saying unfollow.
Oh. It says it was one of the problems with the SR-71.
Yeah, so go to the next picture.
Boom. We already ready for that, bruh.
So in the movie, the jet they were going off of was in relation to the SR-71. So that's close relative. And then there's a new jet in the works, and that's the SR-72, and that's the following picture.
I got you.
So the SR-72 is the one that they were trying to mock, really. No pun intended. But they were trying to mock in Top Gun. So that ship should be it's built to withstand, I think, Mach speed 6.
Huh.
Yeah. Whereas the SR-71 was only built to withstand, I think, like 3.
Oh, so that's what. Here, let me go back to the slide and interpret. Mach 3.
So 71.
Supersonic.
71, yeah.
Supersonic.
Goes to Mach 3. And then, S-72, SR-72 can reach up to 6. Or it's going to be built to reach 6. It's not around yet. It's not flying in the air. It's just in the works.
Damn. Well, we got Asher in the chat interpreting Star Trek in comparison to how warp things work with Star Trek, and that might be similar to Mox. So yeah,
we should bring Asher onto the show.
Yeah, we should. That'd be great. Asher, I see you in here every now and then, so I know you're not busy on these nights. Come now that I know that you're listening, think of some stuff to talk about and come on the show, bruh. We could fit 3 people. We could fit 3 people on one screen. Come on. But anyways, is that the segment?
Yep, very short segment, and all I really wanted to get down was what Mach was, because my dad was really like, "What is that? What does it stand for?" And then so I figured out that it's not like an acronym. It doesn't stand for anything. It's just a name of a scientist who contributed to sonic sound waves.
That's cool.
Which is pretty cool.
So Mach is just whatever the number is times the speed of light.
Speed of sound, not
speed of sound. Shoot.
Yes, and the speed of sound changes in the medium you're in, so that's a big important note. It's not always the same, but
so that's why Mach's a ratio.
It is because they're traveling through new air atmosphere.
Okay, so I'm going Mach 3. I'm going over Mach 3. I'm supersonic, and that means I'm going 3 times faster than the speed of sound.
Yes, 3 times the speed of sound, yep. So Mach 1 is like the speed of sound. Mach 2 would be twice the speed of sound. Mach 3 would be 3 times, yep.
Jeez. Okay.
So, yeah, in the movie they've said he reached Mach 10. Like, that's kind of insane.
Yeah.
So how much was that?
How many G's would be on your body? My lord.
Insane. And they tell you that in the movie too, that when he reaches Mach 10 or whatever, it's going to feel like you have so many pounds in your lungs and they're compressed and you're going to black out. You could very easily black out. I don't know how they managed not to. The NASA scramjet that did it, when it reached 9.6, that's nearly 7,000 miles per hour. I feel like it's missing a 0, but
I don't know how people don't die from just going like a certain speed. Because I feel like that compression on your body, like there's got to be some sort of limit. But if someone can go 10 Mach 10, I feel like the G's in that is just... Anyways, Asher mentioned derailing. I already derail enough, so you're not derailing anything. I always derail, man. Probably steers away people watching this, but anyways...
He has a good point in the chat, too, that the speed of light changes in the medium as well. However, I did not know about Schrenko radiation. So speed of your plane, no extra. At a stable speed. So you're talking like if you maintain...
Oh, Asher, you're derailing us, dude. Yes, Baby Grogu is probably going like Mach 13. Yeah, easily. But anyways... Yeah. Next segment.
That's why he got launched back when he accelerated from 0 to Mach 13.
Yeah, he gets launched back. Hey, but all the planets in Star Wars are round and they're not flat, so I wonder what that means. Anyways, Camel What the Flodge is our next segment. This is a reoccurring segment. This is probably the most reoccurring segment we have. So far, just because I consistently pull one out, that and experiments. Today, I brought something really easy, but also really cool because many people, I like to bring things that I remember the first time I remembered it, or not remembered. I remember the first time I learned it, and I was like, wow, this is cool. So I like bringing those types of things, and this is one of those things. Bam. I'll give y'all 30 30 seconds or so to look at this. I think I might need to make it bigger, but I think it being smaller makes it a better challenge. Because if I made it bigger, you would see it in 2 seconds. You probably see it in 2 seconds right now. But
I mean, yeah.
Rose, you already know what it is. But you can still see it in 2 seconds, probably.
I actually don't know if I couldn't see the rest of the slides. I don't know if I would.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. But put it in chat if you know.
I know like an idea of what it is. You know, like if I couldn't see the rest, I'd be like, oh, this is some kind of XYZ. But
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, because I it's hard for me because I look up so and so camouflage or such and such camouflage, so it's hard for me to get a challenge when I already know what I'm looking for. So anyways, so many answers in chat. There's like 800 million answers for the people on YouTube wondering how bumping our chat is, and everyone seems to be saying the same thing, and it is a tiger. What? It's a tiger. So the tiger is, I have a laser pointer. This is cool. Watch this. Tiger is right here. Head is up here. Body over here. Tail down. And it's not so obvious just because the coloration, even for our eyes, the coloration is blending in with all this tall grass. And I know I'm just pointing out the obvious right now, but what's not so obvious is why the hell are tigers orange? That's like, you look at a lot of animals, like the one I showed last week, the tawny frogmouth bird.
yeah,
it looks exactly like a tree to our eyes. And a lot of animals are like that, like a turtle. Its shell is usually brown. A spotted turtle has spots on it to resemble, like it's black with white spots, and it looks like water speckles in the light. And so it has camouflage. Everyone seems to have camouflage that looks like their surroundings, but a tiger is orange. And it's not rolling around in some lava. Ooh, good callback. It's not rolling around in some lava, so I'm like, why is it orange? Well, here's why. Most animals see dichromatic, so they can't distinguish certain colors from each other. One of those things being green and orange. I've pulled up a picture. Huh?
No, I just said oh.
Oh. I thought you said like something with green. But so the thing is, they can't distinguish green and orange, so everything just looks like one color, like you can see on this picture. And the striping of the tiger, like you see on the last picture with grass, just blends right in, especially if you, like, I know that one was in color for us. Like, even this one is pretty good, but the striping blends in with the grass, and then the coloration blends in with the dichromatic animals that they want to eat. So it's just beautiful adaptations and blending, and that's pretty cool. Isn't that neat, Rose?
That is neat.
Awesome. And what's up?
I'm I feel like I've always kind of wondered, like, why are they orange, or how does that work? 'Cause there's been a lot of, like, you know, advertisements or commercials where you see like a tiger stalking something, and it's just kind of like, how don't they see that?
Right.
'Cause it's bright orange and like a field of green or something.
Right. Like lions, they're tan, they blend in with the tan savannah, and you never see them sneak up, and it's kind of creepy. And then you wonder how tigers do it. And they do it by similar techniques, but you just don't know. There's a lot of cool things about animals, like a lot of animal, like vision in particular. Some animals only see on a certain part of this electromagnetic spectrum, EM spectrum, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they can only see on certain parts where we can't. We're only on the visible light. They might be able to see UV light. I think some bears can see UV light. So that's why if you set up a trail camera with a certain type of trail camera, and it's not even like blinking red or anything, it's just in the dark, but it's on, they might be able to see some stuff emitting out of it. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. That's like a real world example, but some animals' coloration of their feathers are black to our eyes, and maybe in the sun they look like speckled with gasoline, but to an animal's eyes they might be beautiful colors. So it's just interesting. Since we're talking about tigers, I didn't just want to talk about tigers and like not like any tiger lovers out there. I just wanted to like do you a favor and cover like basic tiger. Like there's 9 subspecies of tiger, but 3 of them are extinct. I can only assume thanks to humans. And here are the 6 remaining subspecies of tiger. We got the Indo-Chinese, Siberian, Malayan, are more, well, Siberian tiger is pretty more well-known. But our more well-known ones are Siberian, Bengal, Sumatran, and then the South China tiger. Now, they all look exactly the same, but they're different in just enough places or in just enough ways where you can distinguish them into subspecies. So that's a cool one. Tigress from Kung Fu Panda would be pleased, bro. She's one of the best characters in Kung Fu Panda. I think Kung Fu Panda is making a new movie.
I think they are, because Jack Black and someone else, the other guy they use with on TikTok, were like, hey, guess what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Mantis. I wonder if any of them are going to die, unless I missed out and some of them did die. Like, I know it's a kid's movie, but adults are watching it because, I know I was a kid when the first one came out. Like, I was like 11. Like, my life was completely different when the first one came out. So I'm like, I wonder if I don't know.
You mean like actual voice actor?
No, I'm talking about me. I'm talking about no.
What are you talking about?
No, I meant characters. I wonder if anyone's gonna like be sad, like one of the Furious 5 is gonna die, like Monkey.
Oh, I hope not.
Yeah, me too. But there's so many movies.
I don't know. I feel like there's like this weird like tension love arc between Poe and Tigress. If they go anywhere with that, like, how are they gonna, like, is it gonna be like Shrek where like Donkey and the Dragon have babies and you have like
that would be awesome.
Dragon?
I think
like,
they're probably
gonna have like a tiger panda.
I think they're probably avoiding that on purpose, because what the hell would you do?
Maybe they could adopt, because Poe was adopted. They could go that way.
Oh,
adopt a baby.
And then that would spread awareness for adopting children in real life and make adopted children feel more accepted in being represented in movies, even though they're just animals. Bill Nye the Science Guy, Bill Nye the Science Guy, Bill. But anyways, we got sidetracked with Kung Fu Panda, but I'm totally fine with that. What's the song?
If you don't know, Bill Nye has a podcast called Science Rules. It's a call-in show. You can also email him if you'd like, instead of calling in. And it's just Bill Nye hanging out with some scientists chit-chatting about science.
Sounds
really, really cool.
Sounds a lot like Science HD. They both have science in the title. And they both wear bow ties. Yeah, he probably did. He definitely did. I will make a theme song. I actually have some notes on my phone, voice memos of a theme song for this show
that'd be cool.
that I started. Since there's a lot of people in here, I do want to. I get to say this at the beginning. Rose and I will be going to school at the end of this summer, so August-ish, like late August, we'll be going to school. I'll probably take like a week off of Science HD, maybe, if that. I don't know. It depends. It's all up in the air. I'm not planning that far ahead of my life. What?
I thought about this today, and I just think that like if you can correlate it to like our classes that we're taking, and we're both STEM majors, so we could definitely keep talking about it.
Exactly, and it just turns in.
It's funny, Asher.
And then Asher can join us for an in-person Science HD.
Oh my god, yeah.
And then I want to invite my professors if we continue. Like, that would be cool to get some professors in here. But what I was trying to say was there might be like, I think we both kind of want to do it during school. But if it gets too chaotic, don't be surprised if we stop.
Right.
Don't be surprised if it's just me. And then Don't be surprised if we are going strong and then there's some more guests. That's really what I want to get more guests if we can continue this. I don't like getting too many third guests on here because it'd be weird doing a three-way call on Discord and it just lags. Like sometimes there's delay between it, Rose and I. So, I'm not saying get a professor on here and give a lecture, dude. We are totally unconventional here. This isn't like class. If you haven't left now, you'll be good. When I say professors, that might scare some people, but okay, how about this? I might get some scientists in here, like real ones, and ask them questions that are serious and not so serious. And trust me, they will pass the vibe check. I already got some that will pass the vibe check. There are professors out there that pass the vibe check, and then there's ones that don't. So, anyways, next segment. Wait. Rose. Something strange in the neighborhood. Go for it.
Okay, so something that Gas and Burn brought up. He's not here right now, I don't think. But something Gas and Burn brought up last week is Stranglets. And I got really excited because I remember watching a episode of How the Universe Works. And plug the next slide. About How the Universe Works. And they had a really cool episode about Stranglets. And I remember sitting in my bed, it was like 11 o'clock at night on like a school night, and I was like 14. And I thought it was so neat. So let's get to it. So what are Stranglets?
Yeah, what the hell?
Well, we're gonna take a few steps back. So remember, let's plug in last episode. If you didn't watch it, go back and watch it, and watch my short section on quarks. It's very important, at least to understand what strange matter is.
She said it, not me.
Okay, so Stranglets. Stranglets are made of strange matter. And what strange matter? Strange matter is made up of strange quarks.
And quarks are parts of
atomic particles. Very tiny particles that make up everything else, including electrons.
I think, okay, well, wait, hold on. I don't want people to get confused. And I don't like interrupting you. But I'm going to dumb it down real quick.
Okay.
Let's start, like, think of people out there that want to know. Picture this as Google Earth. We are going to zoom out to where we just see the Earth. That's an atom. Let's start there, Rose. Let's zoom in on the Earth to get to exactly where I am at, which is a Strangelet, whatever the hell that is. So let's zoom in. Come on. We got an atom. Then
okay.
I don't know. I don't want to piss you off, but I'm just like trying to.
You have your atom. Okay, so inside an atom you have your proton, neutron, electron. Keep zooming in, and your protons and neutrons, I think, those can be further divided into quarks. And then in that last episode, we talked about how there's many different kinds of quarks. You have your top and bottom quark, and those make up all the normal matter that we see today. Okay, that's what normal stuff is made of, top and bottom quark. Okay, and then you have your strange quark and charm quark. I think that's the matchup there. And those are the ones, the strange quark specifically, that is making up strange matter. That's what we need to know right now.
Okay, sorry, I'm not mansplaining.
I call it strange quarks, and they make up strange matter. No, that's good answer. Up and down quarks. Okay, so top and bottom, up and down, and strange and charm.
Yes.
So up and down quarks make up normal matter.
I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like the bigger picture type thing helps. I wasn't trying to mansplain. I'm not mansplaining.
You're fine.
Okay, I just got called out, so I'm self-conscious now. Okay, I'll shut up now. Okay. I'm done.
So where the hell does this stuff come from? They come from the inside of neutron stars. So neutron stars are super, super, super dense stars, okay? And in its core, supposedly, you have all of your quarks. And strangelets come... Okay, again, all hypothetical, too. This is all hypothetical astrophysics. Okay. So two neutron stars spinning around eventually collide. In that collision, they start to spit out all these little pieces of strange matter, aka strangelets. And those can be concerning because it's also hypothetical that when those strangelets hit anything, they can convert any kind of matter they run into strange matter.
So it's like a disease.
Yes.
It's like a virus.
Super infectious disease, yeah.
That's strange.
So they can be really small. They can be like as small and measured in femtometers, or they can hypothetically get really big and like become like a strange star. Is its own thing. Also hypothetical again.
Thanks, Asher, for explaining. Mansplaining.
I keep looking at chat because I'm interested.
Chat-splaining. Yeah, no. This is why we got to get him on.
I know. And especially this stuff is like, he's the physics major.
Yeah, he's the physics major. Rose knows this, and she's just computer science, so.
Yeah.
But anyways.
And then, stuff happens. Okay. So, strange matter exists in neutron stars because the core of neutron stars is very dense. So, when it's really dense, all of these, like, typically you have your atoms hanging out, right? All around each other. Okay. Inside the neutron star core, it gets too dense to where it just kind of becomes like a strange quark soup in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have protons, electrons, all these things that like usually like aren't next to each other. They're the strong force or weak force. I think strong force is so strong that it's just like a strange quark soup.
Right. I love the word soup. I love the word soup when scientists are talking about science because like soup has no place in science, but it's so descriptive when you can, Anyways, sorry.
Good soup.
Primordial soup.
Okay. I was trying to do like a lot of research on this right beforehand too, because I know this is something that like can get really messy if you're careful. So one thing that I ran into is, have you ever heard of the what's it called? Like the particle accelerator. There's like the largest one that's not in the US.
The something boson.
But I'm not sure if it's still functioning in the US. There's not the second largest one, not the other one. It starts with an H, I think.
Higgs boson.
Yeah.
Higgs boson.
No, that's Asher in the chat. Hadron Collider.
Oh. I was close.
There's the second largest one that I think is in New York. I don't know if it's still functioning. But there's something that everyone was really freaked out about, and that was somehow by colliding these particles together, we'd create a black hole that would like destroy Earth.
Oh.
Yeah, and like I know.
Oh.
And like it doesn't. I don't know why. In my head, I'm just like that doesn't. I don't feel like we can create a black hole. Like I just don't think we're capable of it. And when they looked into it and like studied it, we can't do that, and they deemed it safe to have the particle hadron collider. Or yeah.
You gotta watch Don't Look Up. I know
there's so much here to like unpack.
Yeah, you don't have to unpack all of it. We don't have time to unpack all of that. What is that from? I swear that's from something. But anyways, sorry. Continue unpacking, I guess. Unless you want to like take a break. Okay. What's the next slide? Or is that the only slide for this one?
No, this is the only slide for that one because it's just showing the difference between the neutron. So on the picture on the right, it's showing the difference between the neutron star and the quark star, and how the neutron star has like all of its different like levels, to it, kind of like the Earth with its like a mantle and the crust and whatever the heck.
Looks very similar.
Right, where the quark star, because it just becomes like a quirky, messy soup of strange quarks. it's just like all of the soup and like the crust on top. Is how I picture it in my head. So, hold on. I saw something that was really interesting.
Oh, by the way, Asparagus, I never watched The Flash that far. I know there's a lot of time traveling stuff, and I really like shows with time travel and multiverse stuff because that's cool. It's just a cool idea to mess with. But anyways, Rose, I just had to answer that because it was highlighted.
Okay, so something I kind of wondered is like, why do we care? I mean, you kind of always wonder that with anything.
Season 1, by the way, Asher. But anyways.
Okay, so we care because if we can recreate some kind of collision and get close to, they call it, there's something like a cork glue on plasma they managed to create, and that's like super close to like what would have been around Big Bang time, like right past the Big Bang. And if we can get before that, then we can kind of understand like why the universe is the way that it is.
Yeah, like an aspen. No, okay.
No. That was around for so long. I couldn't escape it. I'm asking because it's the way that it is.
It's a good joke.
It is. So I guess before I get lost in the things that earlier was like, oh, this makes so much sense. Essentially, what I think is really cool about Stranglets and strange matter, and something that you catch a lot of when you research it, is that if it were to come in contact with matter, that it would turn it to strange matter.
Like a disease.
Yeah. And that's
cool.
Like how they compare it to.
So I have a question for you, since you're the expert. Strange quark star and a neutron star, are those like real stars, or is it like something? Is it something you can't see?
I believe so. Strange star, I think that's still hypothetical, but neutron star is real.
So is it like every other star, but like different in its own way? Like, can we see it in the sky?
Neutron star is created by a a big star going supernova, and if after that star goes boom, it can either get turned into a black hole, I believe, or a neutron star. I think that's how it works.
Huh. Okay. I mean, okay. Black holes. There's so much to talk about in space.
That's another thing, is that if so one of the things that I was watching YouTube videos on this is like, if like let's say strange matter like overtook an entire planet, and the entire planet turned into strange matter, which is possible hypothetically, if strange matter were to hit Earth or something, like the whole entire Earth would turn into strange matter. The only way to get rid of it, supposedly, is by throwing it into a black hole.
Spaghettify it.
Well, if we witnessed on the outside, you would see spaghettification.
Or you would feel it if you went through it, which it would probably feel like nothing because it's instantaneous. Unless it's not instantaneous.
That's relative to the observers.
Yeah, so what if it actually is like 10 years long?
So I don't know. Well, I think that's...
Or what if black hole, you go through it and you're like in a multiverse and you just go to a different universe? Like, what if you went through a black hole and everything that they thought happened didn't, and it's just a gateway? That'd be cool.
Like, are you referencing like a wormhole right now? Like if you travel through something and took you
Yeah. I think that'd be fourth dimension type stuff. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that gets dicey, I think. Well, because what do you mean by fourth dimension? Because
so like I said, Monsters Inc. door. The door in Monsters Inc. You open it and it's in a different place on Earth. So it's in a different place somewhere else in space.
Right.
I don't know. I'm done. I'm done talking about this. This is confusing me. We're gonna be here for 30 minutes talking about a hypothetical black hole, which is great, but like, I do want to hit this next stuff. I guess. I don't know. We could continue. I just got lost. I got lost in the sauce, and now we're here freaking out. Anyways, happy World Parrot Day. Ta-da! It is World Parrot Day, and here's a little story. I was actually going to make a segment about parrots just because I was like, why not parrots? Parrots are random. They're cool. They can mimic. And then I was like, wait, what else can mimic? I'll tell you in a second. But Yeah, comment below your favorite kind of parrot, dude. Yeah. I'll tell you mine in a second. That was exactly where I was going with this. But it just so happens today is World Parrot Day, on the day I thought of thinking, or the thought of talking about not world parrots, but just parrots. Everyone knows what a damn parrot is, right? Here's my favorite one. Turquoise-fronted Amazon parrot, or blue-fronted Amazon parrot. The name is obvious because there's blue. It looks like it dipped its feathers in paint on its head, and it has blue on its front of its head, and it's really cool. It's a cool parrot. I mean, it's almost like every other parrot, and I actually got to work with this one at the zoo right now that I work at, and she's really cool, and I really makes me want to get a bird. It makes me want to get a pet bird, but bad thing about that is pet birds, I think some of them are probably fine, but pet birds for this species in particular, and a lot of parrot species, actually almost random extinct in the wild. So oops, humans did that. Yikes. Indian ringneck?
Yeah.
So what's that?
It's Maya wanted one for a long time because Maya is a bird person. Had a lot of them.
Bird person.
It's a green parrot with a black ring around his neck, and it kind of goes up in the beak a little bit, and then he had like a red beak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, is it gray?
No, it's green.
Oh, okay.
I think they're usually green. There might be other colors, but usually you see green.
Gotcha. Well.
Yeah, there's blue, there's yellow. I'm thinking of the green one.
Yeah. Well, that's my favorite parrot. And what's better than a parrot, Rose?
What's better than a parrot, Nolan?
Oh, I thought.
Are you going?
Yeah, I was gonna say one of your favorite birds of all time, if not your most favorite bird.
Rose?
Yes, crows. Rose likes crows. Hashtag Rose likes crows. Can I get a Rose likes crows in the chat? Hey yo, Rose likes crows. Anyways, just kidding. Just kidding. But anyways, crows / ravens, because they're basically the same thing. They're
you mean like same family or like?
Yeah, no, they're the same family. They're both corvids.
Yeah.
So they're very similar. They act the same. They do similar. They eat the same things. They have size differences, and they are genetically different enough to consider them indifferent things. So I'm not saying ravens are crows, but I'm going to use them interchangeably. Yes, you can ask a random question. You went to, but I'm just going to say ravens and crows are like the same in the behavior for today. Anyways, that's a crow, but I have a video showing what I was about to show on why I'm showing a crow / raven on World Parrot Day. So not many people know, and I like to bring awareness to it. Crows and ravens can mimic human voices. What? Look up on TikTok if you have TikTok. There's this woman that has a pet crow because he's like, they got him when he was like hurt or something at a nature center, and when you get a crow and you train it to do something like a parrot would, they can actually mimic sounds. Now, warning, it sounds nothing like a parrot here. I'll show you. I'll probably have like an ad here. Can you see that? Yes, there is an ad. Look at that. Look at that ad. Yes, you can see that, sweet. Okay, here.
You say, hi. Hi.
I know, Rose, you can't hear it, but just imagine. Just imagine.
Here's people who have a cold. Good job.
Okay, that crow. Oh no, that's a raven. That raven just coughed
Can you say,
on purpose.
Hello. No. Hello. He's all excited. But, hi. Hi. Good boy. Okay. Hello. Hi. Hi. Hello. Hi.
Okay, regardless, it's much more creepy than a damn. What's it called? Oh shit, my bad. I accidentally skipped to experiment time and showed one of my slides. Yes, bestest birds. These are the best birds. Crows and ravens. So they mimic. I don't know how well you guys can hear. That was my first time trying a video on here. They mimic, and they sound creepier than a parrot. And that's cooler just because, I don't know. It almost sounds like a human, just in a weird voice. And I want you to remember that for a second. This is less sciencey and more just like cool stuff to know. They do this by, they have their own voice box in their syrinx is what it's called. And that's located in their throat area. And that's how they're able to do this. Now, the reason why they sound different than parrots is because they're, A, not a parrot, but for less obvious reasons, their tongue does not work the same in articulating certain words. So parrots might sound cooler to some people, whereas ravens might sound creepier to me. At least that's just how I think about it. But I have a next one. Next slide. Spooky, scary. This is a TikTok I saw. This was a TikTok I saw like the other day, and I sent it to you, Rose, and you were confused. So I was like, I'll just explain it on here rather than explaining it to you. I saw a TikTok of this dude on a horse walking down a dirt road, and I think he lived in like Arizona or something like that. Regardless, I don't know anything about the dude or where he lives or what's going on in that area with the birds, but I want to show this video, and then I want to share my theory.
He's coming in from planting those trail cameras. The vultures everywhere. It's odd.
I know it's really hard to see, but listen. Okay, so basically what happened was, I know I should make the screen bigger, but tough luck, I guess. So basically in that video, I'll explain it. There's a guy walking down a trail, and then he hears, hey, hey. And it's just simple, hey. And it sounds like it's a creepy voice, but it also kind of sounds like an older lady. And that Raven video is not like... They don't just sound just like that. They vary, of course. And it sounds similar to how those hays sound. And I thought of this by going in the comments, and I kept scrolling. Everyone's like, oh, it's a skinwalker. Why didn't you say anything back? I would have said something back. Well, the story is skinwalkers are like witches, I think. And
I thought they were just like...
They're like Native American. Yeah, it's either witches or monsters or something. And they're called skinwalkers, and it's a Native American legend.
I think I read about this. It's not like, I wouldn't call it a witch, but it is something with some kind of like power to do something. I think that if you see it or something, then like
yeah, if you acknowledge it
when you die or something, or then they like follow you around, and then eventually you become a skinwalker after you die or something. There's like, I might be thinking of something else though. I'll have to look. I have a book on it because there's a folklorist who did
that's what I was looking for.
In UP. So I have a UP folklorist who read about skinwalkers.
Yeah, this is very uncredible because I'm coming from a TikTok comment section, but what I've caught from the majority of the people was that a skinwalker, if you acknowledge its existence by responding to it or looking at it, it will come and get you type thing. And so I think that's the explanation of why that guy never said anything and his horse got spooked. But then I saw one comment that was like, guys, that's a crow. And then I was like, you know what? That might have been a crow. I'm not disputing skinwalkers, but I think that there's a slightly better, more plausible explanation. And now here's something that might disprove that. I'll put you why it disproves it. Possibly. I don't know. This is all not hypothetical, but this is all just thinking out loud. And hypothesis. I think that it's a crow because crows can mimic, and I think if it's in the general area of someone's farm or house, and they're just always saying, what do you shout at something? Hey, like your dog's coming in, or hey, or your kids leaving, your husband's leaving. Hey.
If it's a farm too, you might be saying it to farm animals. Horses.
Exactly, you might be saying that to your animals. So it's a pretty common word. It's also how you get someone's attention, and that's what makes it creepy in this video. Now, what could possibly disprove that is crows and ravens do not mimic human voices in the wild, and if they do, it's like super, super rare. So that's the reason why it could possibly just be something else or edited. This could be purely edited as well, but yeah.
Or it's Skinwalker. I mean, or it could all be wrong, and it really is just some bad thing out there.
I'm less optimistic, but possibly, you never know. But that was I thought I'd share it with you because it gets you thinking about crows and how it could possibly be a crow just making noise when they see a human approaching. Gas and Burn's here. Speaking of Stranger Things is out, and I'm going to talk about that on Public Rants later this week, but that's pretty good. And the second half of the season is July 1st. Anyways, it's experiment time. Rose, do you have anything you want to talk about? Add?
No.
Cool.
I'm okay.
Maybe I got to go heat up this water real quick. Not like on a stove. I just gotta go get to the sink. It's waiting. The water's waiting for me at the sink. So it's gonna be like a minute or 3. I'm gonna go turn it on and be right back. I know you don't like me leaving you here, but gas and burn. So
I hope someone talks to me in the chat. This is just weird.
Gas and burn. Talk to Rose real quick. I'll be right back because I gotta go get this water for the experiment.
Probably has been running the sink for the last hour. Watch, it's gonna take him like 30 minutes just to get the hot water. Wow.
I didn't get the water yet because I'm heating up the water by letting it run for a second, but it's right outside my door. Dr. Rose, wow.
Ask me where I got my hat. I got my hat from Walmart today.
Walmart.
They're at a district softball game. Whoop, they won their first round of districts. We go on to second round and third and fourth round Saturday at 10 a.m. So that's where I'll be. And then I go to work for the rest of the day.
Yeah, workaholic over here.
Yeah, do a lot of working.
Is there even Walmart in Australia? You think? It's so popular. I don't know if it's popular worldwide like McDonald's. I feel like it's not. But anyways, so this experiment. No, there's not
There's
Walmart.
no Walmart in.
Good. I hate Walmart.
What?
It's cheap. It's nice for that.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's the nice thing. They have it's $5.
Yeah, but if you're in the wrong city, that's a bunch of. I'm just saying, if you're in the wrong city, there's a reason why there's Walmart people. But anyways, yeah, I'm not HD today. I'm in HD every other day, but it's hard right now. So, I'm not living up to my username, or this TV show name, or Rose's nickname. But I think Rose is in higher quality than me right now. I don't know. It's the lighting for me. I think I probably would be okay if the lighting was working, but I think I'm just out of it, man. Okay, I'm going to go check the water. I'll be right back. Again.
Gross. After I'm going to start I'm going to figure out how to get my GoPro connected to this thing. So it has nice camera quality just for that. I live in the boondocks, so I can't, what we got.
All right, so this is a fun stream, and we're going to end it off on an experiment. Thank you all for tuning in. It has been awesome thus far. And I'm going to put on my safety glasses because this could get messy. All right. So if you have been to elementary school, you probably already know what I'm about to do. So this is a really common experiment on YouTube and in school, and it's called elephant toothpaste. And this is mainly for the people that don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So I'm gonna put, I think I'm just gonna put this. So I have yeast. This is yeast. I know you can't read it from there. It's backwards. It's totally backwards. I did test this beforehand. This is the non-reactive version where it doesn't react as explosive as the actual real version of this. I might need scissors. I feel like a child, man. I might need Mom. Yeast. No, and I'm not talking about the yeast from your crotch when you don't clean up. I'm talking in yeast as in the living organism. Oh, I got it. So this is a living organism, and I think it's single-celled, just like a plant. And there's some traits about it that I'm going to tell you in a second that make it. Oh, shoot. So basically, I'm putting yeast in a bottle. That should be like a song by the Police, but it's not. They decided to go with Message in a bottle. And I'm putting warm water with my yeast. I hate saying the word yeast because yeast infection is just disgusting. And every time I hear yeast, I just hear yeast infection. Okay, so I got a little bit of water. I'm going to add a little bit more. You could see that on stream a little bit. I got a little bit of water, a little bit of yeast. And no, we're not making bread today. I'm waiting for that to get frothy. Yeah, it should be. I don't know. I've only tested this a couple of times. It was in the kitchen sink. I thought I clogged the sink. So there's no sink to clog over here. Just a computer to ruin. So basically, I'm going to put warm yeast in a bottle. A tube would work best. And then I'm going to put some dish soap. And then I'm going to put some hydrogen peroxide. I'm going to do this before this thing loses heat, and then I'll explain later, okay? Oh. Thanks for the yeast infection knowledge, gas and burn. You sound like you know what you're talking about. All right, so if you're seeing this, I don't know how much hydrogen peroxide to put in here, so I'm just gonna eyeball it and keep pulling. Keep pulling. So relative to how much this is rising, I'm not putting that much hydrogen peroxide in here. This should rise all the way, but it's really slow. Okay. So that's the reaction. Yeast infections, not nice, but they're not the end of the world because they're just a bacteria infection. But don't take too much antibiotics or it will render your bacteria to be resilient to it, and then it will render your, not render, but it will render your medicine useless. Regardless, that has nothing to do with this. I don't know why they're called the same thing. They're probably whatever. So what I wanted to say about this before I got distracted 7 million times. Really? This is okay. This is such a letdown. It did not rise that much. I'm going to add way more of everything. Here we go. I'm just going to put the whole, I put like the whole packet of this in here. It smells great.
Is the dish soap like really important, or is that just for color?
Okay, so dish soap is not for color. Food coloring is actually what they recommend. We're going round two. Round two, baby. So food. I'll explain everything has to do with everything. I was going to do that after this amazing experiment, but it's failing, and it's not even like a cool fail. It's like, wow, this sucks. I'm going to go watch something else on TV, like Stranger Things, season 4, part 1.
Or Top Gun, if you can get it on TV.
Okay, added more stuff.
Oh, that looks like it's working.
There we go. Ha. Yeah. Anticlimactic again, but it's still cool because it's flowing out. Here you see it. Oh god, I got yeast all over my room. I'm gonna get a yeast infection. Just kidding, that's satire. So what's going on here is really lame, but it is a good joke if you make it into a dirty one, like Asher. So what's going on here is I got hydrogen peroxide, which reacts with yeast, and yeast has an enzyme in it called catalase, and that enzyme reacts with this hydrogen peroxide, which is H2O2, and it takes those hydrogens off, and I think that's an exothermic reaction. It takes those hydrogens off the molecule. Just put it in your eyes. You have 2 oxygens, and on each oxygen is 1 hydrogen, and these oxygens are also connected like a big chain. That's what a molecule is. And so you take those hydrogens off, and then that's O2 gas, oxygen gas, straight up oxygen, and that's released. And when you release that, it forms bubbles, and those bubbles break because there's not enough surface tension to hold them together. Now, Rose, how should I increase that surface tension to hold those bubbles together so we can have more bubbles?
What?
How do I hold bubbles together? How do I create more surface tension to hold more bubbles together? Like, if I just have hydrogen peroxide and yeast and water. The answer is dish soap, because soap will make the bubbles like have more flexibility. And yeah. Oh, it should be flammable, shouldn't it? It should be flammable. That's a good question if I did this in a vacuum. I don't know. I'm going to leave that one to the physicists in the world. Now this obviously isn't just O2 gas, it's O2 gas bubbles in there. So yeah, it should light. I don't have a lighter on me though, or else I would experiment. And should I go get one?
It's up to you. That's what we should do next time, is like the whoosh bottle.
Whoosh bottle? What is that?
Yeah. Where you take like one of those giant like water jugs, or any jug really, but a water jug, and then you pour. What was it? It's like alcohol, you know, and then not a lot, just a tiny bit, or like some liquid. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Then you spin the bottle around, gets all over the coat of the bottle, light a match to it, whatever, and then there's a big whoosh because all that air is escaping.
Oh. Whoosh. Okay.
There's YouTube videos on it.
I do want to do some fire stuff. Like, I feel like this is a bit like this table's big enough to where I could do some small fire things. So, yeah. Anyways, last thing about this reaction that's really cool is we actually, in our own bodies, produce a little bit of hydrogen peroxide ourselves. That's cool to note. But also, when we get, some people, not much anymore, but some people, when they get cuts, they put it on put hydrogen peroxide on their cuts. Or when they have too much wax in the ear, like me, they put it in their ear, or they ask Rose to
put it in your ear, and you freak out when I have to stick a Q-tip in your ear.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about you, but I'd freak out if someone else has to put a Q-tip in my ear. But
oh my God.
Yeah, so the reason why it fizzes is because we also produce a enzyme, the same enzyme as this yeast in front of me, and that's called catalase. And we produce that, and our body's going through this I think possibly constant state of producing hydrogen peroxide, like naturally, and this catalase to even it out. So that's cool, because I'm kind of like this yeast, and this yeast is kind of like me. We're both living things. But anyways, I'm going to go and put some water in here, the rest of this yeast in here, because I have some yeast I want to get rid of. The yeast is in there. I have to get rid of it. I mean, it's just open yeast. That's really bad.
You're just gonna...
I'm just going to put the rest in. I bought all this stuff. Might as well use it. Close out the show. Yes, we're all fizzing inside, man. Our bodies are in a constant equilibrium, and that there's a name for that. There's a name for that. What the hell's the name for your body and being? Okay, I will gift someone a sub if they could tell me the constant. What's the name for the constant equilibrium state our body's in? There's a one-word answer. What is that, Rose? Do you know?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You have 30 seconds, people. What? Basically, it's up to Asparagus, Gas, and Burn and Rose. Because Ash already has a sub. Which, thank you, Asher. It's... Oh my gosh, I should know this. It's such biology.
I don't... What's the...
There's like a one-word answer.
And the equilibrium is between what?
There's an homeostasis. There we go. Let's go. Just gift the random sub. Damn it. Why does he tell me what to do? This is so unfair. Okay. I'll gift a random sub. So thank you all for joining. I'm going to put this in here as a gift a random sub. Let's see what a slightly bigger bubble trouble on the double stuff will do. Oh, there it goes. This is awesome. Gift a sub. Who's it going to? This is to one of my viewers, since there's a good amount in here. This is just constantly pouring out. I don't know if you guys can even see that. But yeah, it's not stopping. I'm just causing a bigger mess for myself. It looks like I'm getting milk everywhere.
We got a #1 victory royale, yeah, Fortnite.
Hi, Dunya.
Get down. 10 kills on the board right now.
Congrats.
Just wiped out Tomato Town.
Rose, you can't hear it, but there's
music
music playing. There's music playing.
Look at the map, go to the mark sheet.
So yes, I just made milk. This is milk, and this is how milk is made. Thanks for joining in on Science HD, and I think that does it for us. Do you have anything you want to add, Rose, where people can find you if you want people to find you, or
No.
no? She likes to stay hidden.
It's more fun that way.
It is.
Also, if they did find me, well, then what? Because I don't do anything on Twitch or anything.
Oh yeah, she doesn't stream. Maybe she will. Maybe she will one day. Maybe she'll fall in love with Maybe you got a sub. That's what that was. You won a sub for lurking. So thank you for lurking. Hi, Dunya. If that's how you say your name. Thank Asher for getting homeostasis right. Homeostasis is what? And then I hear all the in the distance after the 3-second delay. Okay, there it is. Everyone's saying the equilibrium inside your body. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna go before I embarrass myself, and I'm ending it like 3 different times now. Let's go back to the lo-fi beats to study to. And raid someone. Who should we raid? Does anyone have any friends out there that want to be raided? Struggling to get to affiliate? Oh, wait. I got to... Oh, Rose, let's do a YouTube outro.
Are you? Okay.
Because I forgot I need to start doing that for the YouTube video. All right, guys. That should be it. thank you so much. YouTube, yeah. That's my YouTube.
Wow.
There we go.